The road you travel down is about 3 miles, and so we maintain about 3 miles of water pipelines that come out of various locations. Our main one comes out of Adit 5. It's controlled by a valve, and so we can shut that down to 0 or open that up to over 400 gallons a minute. We also used to catch a few springs out up there, but since we pulled the water level down over the past 7 years from where it used to be about 85 feet above our withdrawal point. So the water comes down and goes into an upper pond. We won't go around there, but it's at times when we get the maximum loadings, it's about the color of carrot juice. It's because of the iron. And now it's more dilute because we have a lot of snow melt, not surface water, but snow melting down into the mine pool and running the 16 miles from the back of the mine to the front of the mine. It takes about 5 days, and then it comes out looking like this. And we put it in the pond here, and that lets some of it settle and react naturally with oxygen. And then we pull it out of either of these ponds. This pond looks more clear because it receives water from our 2 French drains that Wendy talked about that are on the far end of the consolidated tailings pond. That collects groundwater, pumps it up into this one, and pretty much the water coming from the mine goes in the other one. We blend those in the process, treat both of them, and discharge to the river. So this is a sample that I took a couple hours ago of the water coming in, and this is a sample of the water that goes to the river. But we then put this in trucks that are behind these 2 doors. We drive them down and dump this sludge in a synthetically lined monofill, and we still have about 15 years of storage in that monofill down there. Now, how do we get the water to go from here to here and get this stuff out? The pH of the water coming into us can vary anywhere from 3.5 to 5.5, depending on time of the year. That's an acidic water, and that means it can leach from the formations in the mine all these metals. So when that water comes to us, in addition to the iron that gives it this color, it's got other metals in it. And we want to then get those out. So the way we do that is we raise the pH by adding first lime in a reaction tank in there, and you'll see this tank with a big egg beater in there spinning around. And then we add some soda ash too to reduce gypsum formation. And we take it up to about 10.4 to 10.25. That's the range we want it in. At that concentration, the metals begin to fall out, precipitate. They can't stay in solution at that high pH. And just when they're starting to fall out or precipitate, kind of like snowflakes in the air, they get heavier and heavier and then they start sinking. We add a long chain polymer, and that really helps them coagulate so that they go from looking like this to they look like cottage cheese in there. And they get so heavy, they sink. And when they sink, we then can manage them by sucking them out the bottom of what's called a clarifier, taking the sludge, and then we run it up into a tank, and then we run it through 2 high-pressure sludge presses, plate and frame sludge presses. And then the way the presses work is, think of when you were kids, you were playing in the mud, you had a wash rag. You pile all the mud on the wash rag, you wrap it up in a ball, and you squeeze it. That's what these presses do. They have membranes in them that, with high hydraulic force, squeeze the water out, and then the sludge is, then the pressure is released, and these fall out about the size of card tables into our waiting trucks. We fill the truck, we take it to down there.